say that, like, you are responsible for this, and this, and then also additional duties, and it's like, what are those duties? It's everything, basically.
You can't escape it. Like, it's literally just everywhere.
It's because it's easy, because I think every business has had people be like, well, that's not in my job description, so they had to do that. Like, it used to be job descriptions were probably a lot more specific, and then people got tired, like bosses got tired of hearing that's not in my job description, and then they just changed it. Because for me, it was always like adding steps to the process was the problem. It was never like giving me a bunch of extra work. It was adding steps to the process and not adding time to do those steps. I always found that, like, everywhere I worked, the main function of middle management was just to add more steps to a process. That was what they wanted to do. It was like, well, you know, you used to do it this way, but now we gave you a 5-point checklist for the way you do it now. Like, I just remember, like, you know, when you park your car, you put a cone behind it every time so that you have to pick up the cone so that you don't run over somebody's kid. And I'm like, I promise I'm not going to do any of that stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm looking out for that.
Yeah, I don't want to kill anybody or anything. I'm trying to be careful here. Nobody is, like, it doesn't prevent anybody. I would just run over the cone most of the time.
Well, that could be a kid, Brian.
Well, it's just a cone. I don't care as much about a cone as I do a kid.
As much.
Just I care about a kid just a little tiny bit more than a cone, okay? Well, thanks for calling, Elizabeth. It's good to hear from you, especially since we're gone for 2 weeks. I was like, if Elizabeth doesn't call, then that's 3 weeks that we'd have to
go. Just quick question. So is the show 21 and up, did you say?
Which one, Chicago?
Yeah.
Is it?
It is 21 and up.
Why don't you send me a DM? Like, send me a DM on Twitter, and we'll figure something out for you.
Okay.
Yeah, we can get it taken care of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you're in.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. And then, you guys are, like, busy every day, right? That you're in Chicago? Because there's this really cool arcade that I feel like you guys would totally dig out in the suburbs.
We're probably busy because we're with our families, and then we have wrestling on Saturday, and we have the show on Sunday. So we got to spend Friday with our families, and probably most of Saturday and a lot of Sunday.
Yeah.
But thanks for calling in, Elizabeth. We'll see you in Chicago. Chicago.
Sounds good.
And the Chicago River.
Chicago's going to be a star-studded event, I'm telling you.
Yeah?
All the people are going to be there?
Yeah, I know. Chicago's a cool place. Cool people live there.
They got the most street fight celebs, I think.
Yeah, they do. Well, it's a cool place. Hopefully a lot of people show up.
Yeah, buy your tickets now. We want to sell that thing out. Go to the Hideout. Go to the Facebook event. Go to our social medias. Get on it. Let's see who's on the phone here. Thank you for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What's up?
Not much.
Is this Erica?
Down. It's Wormy.
I thought this was Erica. I'm sorry. Who is this?
It's Wormy from the Facebook group. And,
Wormy.
You know.
How are you doing?
Also from Life. I'm good.
What's going on tonight?
Well, I'm staying up really late, which I haven't done since I've had this new job. But I'm having a good time.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
And what time?
I have to be there at 7.
Oh, you're not going to get enough sleep as the sleep schedule show continues. That's not happening now.
You can catch up after work.
Yeah. So I have, a prescription that is, it'll just make you sleep for, 4 hours. So I'm probably just, going to do that.
Some sort of magic pill that it wakes you up, too?
Yeah. Yeah, you can, well, my alarm will wake me up. I'm just used to getting up at,
okay.
that time.
I want to take a pill
But it'll be enough.
Doesn't like knock me out. Like
A sleep multiplier pill?
well, every time I take sleeping pills,
I
it
don't
makes
know.
me sleep an extra 4 hours. Like it adds hours to
See-
my sleep. It doesn't take away hours.
So that's from like the type of drug that Ambien is. It'll just kind of like knock you out for forever.
I love it.
But if it's like a fast-acting one that you put under your tongue, it's like it's in and out much faster.
I love Ambien because it's like I like to stay awake on it because it's like such a weird vibe. Like your behavior gets like significantly different, and you're like confused and don't know
Dude,
why. You're like,
you
why?
do like crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It's like stuff that makes no sense.
And you're semi-aware that you're doing it. And you're like, but it's this weird thing where it makes these weird things seem normal to you. So like,
Yeah.
I've never every time I've taken Ambien, I've driven. Every single time.
Oh no.
I'm like, I'm gonna go jump in a car. I just gotta run and go do something.
I'm against
Haven't
this
you-
Ambien stuff.
Haven't you seen those commercials
I have.
where there's like a dude in the car? Yeah.
I don't take them. I haven't probably taken Ambien in like 3 years, but like for a while there, I was really into it, and I had to like get real careful about it because I was like, man, I'm in a car.
Yeah.
Like every time
That's so dangerous.
every time I take Ambien, I'm wandering around a grocery store or something like that. Like I drove here. Like
You gotta walk to the grocery store on Ambien.
That's true. You should be walking it. You should be hoofing it, dude.
I don't know. It's like I said. It's
It's
such bad decision.
Another part of your journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, that's nice.
It's a bad decisions drug. I will say that. It like just,
I've never
Yeah.
had it.
It wipes away all of
It just
your
like
ability.
unleashes you
It does.
Untethers you?
It does. If you drink caffeine with it and
from
stay
like
awake,
reality.
yeah. If you drink, you don't follow the rules of society anymore at all. You're just like
Yeah.
not a part
It
of
just
it.
stripped that
anymore.
away.
Man, this is like Quaaludes or something.
It's weird. It is. It's
But like,
weird.
don't do it.
Yeah. It's weird
It's,
shit.
It's crazy.
Okay.
We're going on tour next week, and if you're in one of the places and you want to hand me an Ambien, I'd love to take a cruise around.
No. I'm not out in that zone.
That was a joke. I'm not going to cruise around. You can give it to me and trust that I'll stay in the hotel. I mean, if I'm in
I
a
just-
hotel, I'll probably wander around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's when weird stuff happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
You get wrapped up in some
Yeah.
hotel party.
That would rule.
You'll be like taking all the supplies from like the lady who cleans up, like
Nice.
all her cleaning stuff.
Climb in the ice machine. It won't get cold enough in my
Yeah,
room.
it's like,
Sleep in the ice machine.
it makes sense in that
Make-
mindset.
Make an ice bath. Just carry buckets all night long to make an ice bath.
There aren't hotel
Yeah,
parties at all.
You're training.
Like, they're over with. Every hotel we go to, they're like, you're not throwing a party, are you? Like, they're already accusing you of it when you walk in the door. I haven't run into one
Everyone's
yet.
suspect.
Yeah, because Brett would go to a hotel party for people he didn't know.
I think it depends on the kind of hotel you're at, I would assume.
Probably.
Yeah, for sure.
Not the ones we're in. When I was younger, we tried
I used to
No, go ahead.
I used to go to I was a caricature artist for like all of high school. But I went on the road like this one time with this group of guys who like does caricatures at fairs and like travels.
Nice.
And we stayed at this like the dinkiest like motel and just like drank a bunch and like got super high and like we shot water balloons out of like a water balloon launcher.
Okay, see? It's still going down.
It was like
Can't go to a
yeah,
stuffy
but it was
place.
like a small scale.
Can't go to the Marriott.
It like
chain.
random towns because like that's where these fairs are in like New York, like upstate New York.
Every carny, you were a carny then, right? Would you have considered yourself
Yeah,
a carny?
I guess so.
That's awesome.
I mean, I wasn't full time. Like they were full time, but I was just like on this one leg of it.
How was it? What was it like? Were the people cool? I always think carnies are so cool.
the other people. I guess the other carnies. I don't know. Is that derogatory?
No, I want to be a carny. That's very good. I don't know if maybe they
My
call
mom says
themselves.
she has cousins who are.
That's so cool. Well, I mean, if you're a caricature art, how did you start doing caricature art?
I live near I grew up near an amusement park, and that was like, actually my high school teacher like told me about it. He was like, oh, you'd be good at this, because he used to do it, I guess.
Is that pretty good money?
And then no.
What kind of a cut does the park take?
They heavily exploit you, because it's not just through the park, it's also through like a subcontractor for all the art stuff at a theme park.
Oh God.
Like those airbrush tees and like the photos
Okay.
and like those tattoos. So it's like you got 2 times the people, you know,
Putting their hands in the
siphoning.
pot.
Yeah, plus
sucks.
you're like, I was 14 when I started working there, and they were like, I was like excited to get minimum wage, you know.
Of course, I was
didn't-
too.
Like, I didn't know shit and like have anything to buy really.
That's true. And even if you do have stuff to buy, it's not gonna, like, if you're making $200 a week or every 2 weeks, then you can probably take care of yourself on that as a teenager.
Did you get
Yeah.
tipped? Did you get tipped?
Very infrequently.
See, that's I mean
But
that sounds like the bullshit people that do that wouldn't be tippers as well. Sounds
Yeah.
like no solicitors.
Occasionally you get like somebody who's like, it's like usually like an old couple or like something like that, and they like are so happy to be there, and they're like, we get these at every place we go to.
Nice.
And they just like collect them.
That's all-
And those
that's fun.
people usually tip.
Yeah, they know.
But, like,
they know the,
for every
they
one
know
of
the,
those-
routine.
Yeah, they're like into it and they respect it as like a craft. But like everyone else kind of just thinks you print out pictures somehow and they turn into caricatures. So they like don't get. They're like, do I need to sit still? Like, so they just don't understand like why it would cost money, and they like are just mad.
I get it. You know what, though, Brett? Every time somebody draws for a living or talks or does anything, people think it's not a job. They think it's not a skill. They're just like, oh, there's a trick to
Yeah.
it. Like, I think that I've always felt like there's got to be, is there a trick to caricature drawing? Because it
No.
does seem like there's a
Make-
trick to it.
Accentuate
I mean,
their features.
They train you. They train you to like think about it a certain way, but also people's skills at it like varies widely, and also what customers even want is like completely different. Like they think they want it, and then they see themselves exaggerated, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Ew, I don't like."
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Are my ears that big?
That's why I don't do it,
Yeah.
man. I don't do it because
You
I'm
gotta
afraid.
know what you're getting into.
I'm afraid they'd accentuate. Like I have these huge lips, and I'm like, I don't want to.
You'd be like
think about
Rocky.
'em.
You'd be like Rambo.
I know. They would draw like the most enormous, like I look like the Rolling Stones by the end of the thing, and I just don't, I don't, like I've never gotten a caricature drawn because I feel like, you know, the person was making fun of me. That's why I think it's amazing that people get them done, because
It's fun.
Yeah.
I don't mind heckling myself. I
If
do
you
it
have
every
a
day
s-
in the mirror.
I know if you have a sense of humor
It's
about
like a
yourself.
nice. It's like a paying attention to you kind of thing. Like somebody's like staring at you and like engaging with you for like 5 minutes or whatever.
Right.
And you're like, oh, that's nice. But then if you have kind of some like stuff you're self-conscious about or whatever, or if you're not like ready,
Sure.
it can be like, yeah, upsetting. But we try to make them cute. Like we're not trying to be mean.
Yeah.
Some people are. I guess.
I never got the vibe that people were trying to be mean, and like I never got them because like I'm sensitive and I would look at the picture and think
Just
like,
know
oh, do I
yourself,
really
that's
look like that? Somebody did it. Some
Yeah.
people draw us all the time, and sometimes I'll be like, uh-oh. Is that what I look
a
like?
creative. It's a creative expression. It's not one-to-one.
Right. It's not definitive.
Yeah, I know. I'm just weird.
You're abstracted.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
so cool,
I wanted to
though.
do it so bad when I was a kid. I never had the follow through, but that was something that I was like, man, I would do that and no problem.
As a job.
Yeah, yeah. I used to draw all kinds of. I used to draw my teachers, and like, you know, I would lampoon them with drawings and shit. So I was like ready to do it. I got books from the library, but I never followed through with it.
Yeah.
I wish I would.
I could probably look up the materials that they train you with. It's like a bunch of printouts from like, I don't know, probably like the 90s. And then you just have to like do it a bunch of times.
Maybe we'll do this
and
as
that's
a
the only
live
way
show.
you get good.
Brett draws.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do a caricature.
Caricatures.
We're gonna make the Street Fight Carnival come to life.
That would be cool. If you did
Yeah.
caricatures.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, they're cool. I think it's real cool how fast people can get those things done and how they like.
So that's what I got really good at was just doing it really fast, because like that's like such a big part of it. If it's busy, like you have to crank out like so many.
Well, nobody wants to sit forever either. Nobody, like, they want that to be like a few minutes on their park trip. They don't want it to be like they're commissioning a painting of themselves like they're the King of England or something like that.
Yeah, like it's they spend the whole day there. Like,
do you have to talk? Like, do you sit there and like, what are you into? What do you like?
yeah. Sometimes. Some people are better at this part than others too. Like, it's kind of like a thing, I think, with your hairdresser where you're like, should we have a conversation, or should we like just kind of both chill out and like take a break? So like sometimes you talk to people a lot, and sometimes you like are in the zone, and like, yeah, you just ask them like, yo, did you like the ride? And like, what's up?
Like, if you ask them what they're into, because like when I was in college, they used to always be like, what are you into? They would go around the room and they'd be like, everybody say your name and something that you're into.
What does that mean?
And
so vague.
Yeah, and like 60% of the people would just say they were into Netflix.
Oh no!
Like,
oh no! God, that's a harbinger of doom.
That's like
That's
not even
Tinder.
Oh Jesus!
That's just Tinder.
Oh, Tinder.
Yeah, I'm into Netflix.
Yeah.
It's like that's such a broad thing to say you're into. There's everything's on Netflix.
Well, soon it won't be, because Netflix is just replacing everything with their own stuff. Like, Always Sunny is not even on there anymore. That means it's over.
Yeah, it stinks. Netflix sucks. Every time I go through
Netflix is canceled.
every time I go through Netflix, I'm like, they should be ashamed to be like
It's so bad.
Look up action adventure movies on Netflix and tell me they shouldn't feel some shame for what they're offering you in there. It's like, get out of
Right.
here.
Tear them apart.
You're right.
It's
Ninja
awful.
3. They're like trying to get you to watch. Like they have the off-brand version of all the like modern movie. Oh, I hate Netflix. Oh,
Like Ratatouille.
yeah, yeah. And then
Did you ever see that?
what is it?
It was fake Ratatouille, but like it looked like it to trick like I guess grandmas who
Oh,
are
I
like
would
trying
watch
to buy a
that.
movie for their kids. Yeah, but it's like really badly 3D animated in like I have no idea where, and it's just like it has like a totally different story, but they're like chef rats, and it looks like a video game.
Yeah, I would make my kid watch that just to see what kind of path
It's so
that puts
funny.
her on versus the real
Because
Ratatouille.
then they grow up thinking that's Ratatouille.
Yep, and then why everybody's so crazy about it? I think it's the best movie.
Yeah, like this doesn't look like that at all. Like what?
Yeah, that
Like a bootleg.
that's smart though. They used to
Toys.
put those in the red box.
They still do, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have like when Cars 2 came out, they had like a
Planes. There's a planes.
There's a planes and there's an
That's
automobile.
real though.
Oh,
That's
planes
legit.
is real. I
Real.
thought that was a bootleg.
Yeah, no, I'll look up the
It
Cars 2
sounds like
one.
it, because that's how bad things are.
Yeah, usually.
So I'm creative.
I like almost fell for it. The first time I almost fell for it was when Transformers came out. I went to the red
Yes.
box, and it was while it was still in the theater, and I went to the red box and they had Transmorphers.
Which one?
It was
one?
just the first Transformers, and they had Transmorphers in the red box, and I
I
looked
getcha.
at it real quick and was like, "That's Transmorphers. That's a different thing."
Yeah.
Those are not the same robots I love.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that
That's
one a
just
go.
like that's how shit is in China. Like Transformers is just like you know how we say like Band-Aid and Jello, but like that's a brand. It's just like denoting like a robot toy. So there's so many like bootleg Transformer
And your own
stuff.
Transformer, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
though.
but like the toys are really cool that way because like some of them are crazy intricate.
Yeah, you can usually dollar store usually sometimes like if you find an independent one, they will always have some pretty wild like
Those are fun.
Gundam ripoffs or like Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
something, Dragon Ball C,
It's called the Autobots.
the Autobots.
It's the Cars rip off, and it's like it's like there's pictures of like
Oh, they're how to spot a fake cars.
how to spot a fake
Some
car.
The
model-
Autobomb?
Yeah, the Autobots.
Yeah, and it was just a Cars movie where they took like Mater, and they made him a different. They made
They
him
moved
like
the eyes onto the headlights instead of putting them in the
You
windshield.
guys, Mater is Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, we know.
I know the least legitimate
He's our
cable
arch
guy out
nemesis.
there. Yeah, least
Yeah,
legitimate
Wait, I
cable
have a-
guy.
Something related to this,
Ooh, that's
which I just
sad.
remembered.
That's bad.
is that I had a friend in high school, and her cousin just really, she was like super normal, like teenage girl or whatever. She's like 18, and she just really liked Tow Mater from Cars, and so she has this huge tattoo of it like on her rib, but like her family didn't know about it.
This one's just for me.
This is a secret one where I love Mater. I think it's cool to like
Yeah.
an off-brand
She
character.
placed it so that her bra would cover it up like a sports bra.
That's smart. It's just a little
was
Mater.
thought out.
It's close to her heart. It's just like, I'm gonna get a
Yeah.
Mater on me. I'm gonna look at it when I'm feeling blue. Go in the bathroom and look
I
at my
guess
Mater.
so.
Do the voice. She'll do the voice. Pick yourself up again.
Oh no. What if that's your inner thought voice? That sucks.
That's like her coach on the inside.
Her coach.
She's
Right?
really inspired by Larry.
Yeah, I mean, I am too.
That's not his. Is that his real name?
Yeah.
No, his name's Dan.
Dan Whitney. My neighbor
Wow,
was
he's
in
not even Larry.
my old neighbor was in a Larry the Cable Guy movie, and I never believed him. And I was like, bullshit, you weren't on Witless protection. And he was like, yes, I was. He invited me over to his house, and we all just stood in his living room while he fast-forwarded to the scene that he was in Larry the Cable Guy,
Awesome.
Witless protection. And he was in it. Old Chauncey was in
Wow.
that movie. He was like a guy that,
Were
like,
you
his...
impressed?
I was actually always impressed with his job because he would he had a free apartment because his parents owned the building that I lived in, and he would his dream was to be like one of those people that get sounds for movies and stuff like that. So he
Oh,
would just,
Foley artist?
Yeah,
That's
he would-
awesome.
and
Those
he
are
would-
cool jobs.
yeah, he would just spend his whole day like driving around being like, I recorded the sound of a river. I don't think he ever used any of it because it was just like a
Oh, he
rich kid,
should.
you know, like just he's some rich kid that had the time to do it. But I'm sure he is now. He's probably doing fine. Old Chauncey.
There's like, the problem though is that all the guys who do that are like 70, and there's like 5 jobs.
It's like cartoonists. It's like the people in the funny pages.
Yeah.
I've always heard.
Oh
that-
yeah, those guys are so old.
Yeah, and none of
Is
them
there
are
like an
leaving.
age limit on that?
No, like
Yeah,
Zitz
they're
is
just
going to
gonna
be
die
there. Zitz is going to be there forever,
Damn
and then one
boomers.
day, maybe by the time the comic book, like the comic pages are going to go away when Beetle Bailey dies. You know, they're going to kill Beetle Bailey or something.
Dude,
And it's
they
over.
sued Chapo. Like, I think they tried to.
Who
Because they were
sued
going to
him?
use that in Beetle Bailey. Like, the estate of that.
Oh no.
Because they were going to, like, use his likeness. And they were like, don't do that.
I'm going to ask him about that. Now I'm
Yeah.
looking up Beetle
What?
Bailey Chapo.
Yeah, what's sad is that I'm drawing a comic right now. Well, it's not sad, but it seems sad in this context.
No, that's actually cool that you're drawing a comic right now. You did our art,
Yeah,
right?
talking
You've
about
done our
Beetle
art
Bailey.
once, right?
I did one cover, and then I started a new job, and I just, like, stopped being able to do extra things. But I'm going back on my feet right now.
Your art is so
Extra
amazing.
stuff.
I love your style a bunch. I'll definitely
Aw.
get you up for more projects. But thanks for sending
Thank
the
you.
original of that cover. I can't wait to
You
get
got
it framed.
it? I'm glad.
Yeah, I can't wait to get it framed and put it up there on the wall whenever we
Awesome.
get our own studio.
This one is about work, and it's something you can print out. It's a regular piece of printer paper, and you fold it in 4, and then you cut it, and it's a little mini comic.
That's
So you
tight.
could just print it out if you have the file.
Okay. Well, maybe maybe we'll work on something for the Loot Zine Plus. Maybe you can we can work on a bonus zine or something.
Loot box.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I'm sorry if this is taking too long. If not, it's fine. But I did get fucked over to like last week at my job.
What happened?
So we have this like profit sharing agreement, like that everybody, and they tell you, of course, they tell you about it like on your interview. They're like, "Ooh, we have profit sharing because we love you," and it's basically just like the profit that the company makes, they divide equally to every single person who works there, which like is cool in concept. So like everybody's getting the same cut.
Mm-hmm.
They could just pay us all more, but that's besides the point. But you have to, you're supposed to be there 6 months, and then you get like looped in, and it's like a chunk of money. Like every quarter, it's like this one was over $2,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so like it's nothing to sneeze at these days, and they tell you like how the company's doing, and it seems like it's continuing to grow and make money. So yeah, so it's like it's been 6 months. I started in March, and the quarter rolls around like in April was the beginning of it, and it's 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And you're supposed to work there a month beforehand of the quarter to be qualified.
Oh shit! So it's 6 months plus some.
Yeah. And they hired me 1 business day shy of that. So I don't get it at all this
What
quarter.
the
I have to wait till
fuck?
I have to wait till like November to get anything.
God damn! And you're already like settled in. You're a full-time employee. You're doing what
Yeah.
the fuck they want. Like it's you're
Yeah.
you're earning your keep.
Fucking
there.
contributing. Yeah.
Right, you're a regular ass. You're not in the training mode anymore. You're just a regular ass employee like everybody else is getting those bonuses.
And that quarter, we had a really big like event that we all need to build shit for. That was like flawless and amazing. And I was there the whole time, and like I helped make that stuff, and it made them a lot of money.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
The
man.
worst part, yeah, the worst part is like hearing at this fucking meeting of like everybody there. Of course, the guy is like, the president's like, we're a family, because like it's his family's company. And
Sure.
and then they tell you how much money the company made in profits, and then you look at the $2,000 and it's like, well, this is insulting.
Yeah, that's not.
Millions.
Yeah, and you keep making more. That's what I had that same issue. I just they don't understand the way it demoralizes people, because when I was working at
It's awful.
at Abercrombie, we were getting bonuses, but then they'd be telling us up like sales are up 40%, and these huge numbers they keep going up, and our bonuses were deteriorating
Like the same.
to the point that we stopped getting them. And we like I started the job, we were expecting this thing to happen, and then it just got a new bosses came in, things were rearranged, and all of a sudden we didn't get it that.
Yeah,
But
you just add more middlemen in
Right.
to pay to siphon off the top. Like the more people you can have sucking from like what you're making.
Right. And we would still have these gigantic pep rallies where people would, you know, we're supposed to do these like we would do like outdoor games, you know, we would have like parades during July.
We're having
4th.
fun. We're a family.
Yeah, it's a family affair here. But yeah, I mean, you're all going to have to work extra hours because we had all this fun.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, so I'm your family. Like, would you do that to your family? Like,
No.
would you screw them out of $2,000 for a fucking arbitrary rule?
No, I mean,
And like, you chose when to hire me. I was ready like 2 weeks before.
oh yeah. I mean, that's that's not how I think of family at all. They really contort the meaning of it to like the dysfunctional side. It means like, no, family means that like you have to put up with a lot of fucking shit from me. Okay?
Yeah.
We're family, okay? I
You-
get wild and do shit that you're going to make you super fucking pissed, but
Just
you got to love
The
me.
most
'cause we're family.
exploitative definition of like what is a family? Like, it's people
Yeah.
who like you control.
Right.
Or it's just people that you can't say anything mean to.
No, or you treat them like
Family, you're not allowed to say anything mean to your family.
That's
You
my
love them.
family.
Well, that's
Yeah.
only one direction though. You can't be mean to them, but they can be fucking horrible to you,
Yeah, that I mean, yeah.
Yeah, if
that's
they're
also-
like higher up.
and that's also family.
I hate
That's like,
jobs.
so that's the twist ending of my comic, is that like the situation, the situation of like this feeling is just like the end, but it's like really short.
That's cool though.
Yeah, sounds cool. Hook us
Yeah.
up with the link and all that stuff when it's ready to go. We'll make sure it gets spread around.
I'm just trying to capture this mood of like devastation.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean that's all you can do is something that lets off the
Yeah.
steam you can focus on and make something cool out of it.
That's what we
Yeah,
did.
and I'm glad I'm doing it. Yeah,
That's how this show came about.
that's awesome. And I never heard you guys doing all the setup, but like that sounds really hard.
Oh, it's just a pain in the ass. I mean, I actually, if you're talking about how I acted, I'm a baby and I whine about everything. So,
No, like
We know
it
that.
sounds hard. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
yeah.
It sounds
And I'm not doing
like annoying
anything.
to set up.
I think the problem here is that I'm not doing anything, but I'm also the one that's whining.
you're just affected by everyone's energies.
I am. Everybody's hardworking energy makes me feel like I should be working hard, but I'm not. I don't know how to do any of this stuff, so.
You can be the moral support, but you gotta like.
Hold
Yeah,
your
you gotta-
feelings in.
Yeah, you got to
Feel it.
keep that to yourself. You got to keep it under when you're under pressure. You got to keep it under your hat.
That's not healthy. You're
Or you
supposed
get
to-
like a squeeze ball.
stress ball. I'll get a stress ball.
I can see that.
I'll get a stress ball.
Beat yourself over the head with a foam bat.
Okay. I get one of those
Maybe you
funny
need
punching bags for your desk.
Oh, right.
You can give it a swift
darts.
punch. Yeah, I like punching stuff.
you should get lawn darts.
I'd be into punching stuff. If I could get a punching bag, I'd probably do it. I'll bet you there'll be a punching bag in the street fight office at some point.
That's
Right.
healthy.
Yep.
I feel.
Yeah.
Next to the
Let it
penny
off.
hockey table.
There's a penny. What's penny hockey? I'm gonna look up penny hockey.
You need to play penny hockey?
Probably not. No.
It's like the wooden dowel rods, and you flick
Ah.
a penny with your finger, and there's a hole on the
I'll
side.
make one of those.
I want a
for you,
big
dude.
one. Though.
Oh,
I want like
no.
a standing one.
Okay. I'll make
Cool.
one. I've got to get into wood. Well, thanks for calling, Wormy.
Yeah, nice to talk to you guys.
Yeah,
Hell
where,
yeah.
where can we see the art at on Instagram?
Yeah, so I'm at Lermworm on Instagram. That's LERM, and then worm like a little dude in the ground.
Sure. Thanks for calling in. Have a good night.
I like Wormdian described as little dude in the ground.
Sure.
There's two carrots out there that are complete chodes. Like they're like small and fat carrots, and I love them. A couple of chode carrots.
Right.
Let's get another call in. Maybe two more and then a break.
Yeah. We gotta
Sound good
take a
to you?
break soon.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling Street Fighter. Who are you
Hey.
talking to?
It's the LSD teens. Hey.
What's up, LSD teens? How are you guys?
How you blasted off lately, Psychonauts?
No, we're taking a little break. We go easy on ourselves.
You're
before,
so smart.
before
Kids these
school and all
days,
that.
I try to tell all the grown-ups I'm around, these kids know what to do. They know when to
do.
take a break.
Take a LSD
It's not
break.
like the rap songs say. They're not doing it all the time.
Don't do a Brian Quinby
Well, that was
summer
last year.
where you do it every day for 3 months. That's bad. That's the bad way to do LSD.
No, that was last summer.
We were like convinced you couldn't trip the next day, so we just doubled it the second day. It was like, oh, just trip. Oh, everybody's tripping tonight too. Shit, I'll take 2 then. Oh, everybody's tripping tonight. I'll take 3, and then
Yeah.
I'll take a day off and take 1. God, acid is such a crazy thing to be into. Whew. How you guys doing tonight? What's going on?
We're pretty good. We're in a church parking lot, smoking cigarettes and eating McDonald's ice cream cones. Classic teen shit. Yeah.
That is some teen shit. Would you just get done with church? Did you just get done with youth group?
I'm a filthy Semite, so no youth group for me.
No youth. You guys aren't church guys?
But no, not at all.
No.
I don't want to be around other Jewish teenagers. They give me anxiety. They just want to talk about Israel and like Woody Allen movies.
Okay. Jewish teenagers are watching Woody Allen movies? That's depressing to me. It's like I thought they would have given it up by now.
Annie Hall is never going to die. The teens love Annie Hall. It's made a resurgence.
Oh, no.
No.
That's terrible news.
We didn't watch that stuff because, like, for me, it was just like, this is some New York shit. You know what I mean? Like, every time I saw it, I was like, this is for people in New York. This isn't for me. I don't understand this.
Yeah, this is for people that like $17 toast.
I don't get this. What is this, love novelist? A bunch of novelists hanging around? I've never seen a novelist in my life.
I go to Midwest High School. I can't even read.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I mean,
I think
everybody in the Midwest has to have like a real job because there's no like entertainment industry here.
Wait, should we not tell them we're going to art school?
Oh man, yeah,
Hell yeah.
I tried to go to film school for a year, and then I dropped out because Midwestern film school is a bummer.
Yeah. But were they trying to, like, you could make it's going to be great. You'll be directing tractor instructional videos by this time next year.
This is a documentary I made about corn.
Oh. King of Corn is a good documentary. Seen?
That was a good one.
People love that movie. That was in the prime. There was like this prime era of documentaries in the 2000s where it was like Food Inc., Who Killed the Electric Car, King of Corn,
The Corporation,
Super Size
We
Me.
missed the corn documentary.
Yes Man.
Yes, man. Yeah, and people were just like, every time you went out, people were like, "Y'all seen this? You seen this documentary recently? Like these documentaries? They're saying some stuff, man. I think the world's gonna change." I quit eating. I didn't eat fast food for probably 10 years after I saw Food Inc. But then it was just like, at some point,
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I didn't do any.
No, that's what I'm saying. Now you're to a little bit phase.
Yeah,
Although
I
you're trying to
am.
get Taco Bell for dinner.
I am a little bit.
Repulsive.
No, I'm still at a very, very, like, I used to eat it every day. Now I probably eat it every 2 or 3 weeks, you know? But it's like one of those, like, I didn't eat it forever. I was scared of it. And then one day, I don't know who said it to me, but it was like, "You've been eating this shit all your life and you're alive." And I was like, you know what? You're right. I can just live like everybody else, I guess. But I haven't had a cheeseburger from a fast food restaurant except for Five Guys and like, I don't even like know how long. Like I haven't had I had a Baconator. I didn't want to tell anybody this, by the way. This is like 3 months ago. I was just like, I want a Wendy's cheeseburger.
Okay.
I said I
Cheeseburger.
I want a Wendy's cheeseburger. I want a big bacon classic with no mayonnaise.
Uh-huh.
They don't make that anymore. They've gotten rid of all the vegetables and just put extra bacon on it.
Got it.
So I went and got a Baconator, and it sucked, man. That thing was just like, ugh, this is like eating, like, it was like, I felt like I was eating a yoga mat. Like, the whole time was eating it. Like, ugh.
Spongy.
It was dry as all hell. Like, I remember being like, Wendy's burgers, man, they're juicy. Them's the juicy ones. You know? I disliked any fast food restaurant that I didn't work at, which was basically like anything. Like, I never ate McDonald's after I worked there. Because I was like, it's all frozen crap. This is like all junk. And then, so I would eat Wendy's and Burger King thinking they were like on a higher level. They're not. Brett and
No.
Generally, Sonic is on a higher level.
No, it's not.
Like, Sonic is actually really good.
Sonic has the best drinks. I will say that.
Yes.
The food I
They have
can't
the best
stand.
ice, too.
Well, I got to do a name and shame about this.
Okay.
I found a very street fight job. I've been delivery driving, which is legitimately the best shit. It's
Yeah.
a podcast all the time.
Love it.
But for Panera Pred, a slightly more upper class eatery, the Panera Pred.
The Panera
Yeah,
Bread.
The soup comes out of a bag. I've been advertised this soup for so long, and I see it coming out of this frozen bag every day. I have been radicalized against the Panera. I now see their true evil capitalist ways.
There's none.
Yeah, I never understood why they put a goddamn counter and had them on display. I'm like, that lady just took a fucking plastic bag full of macaroni and cheese out and threw it in a microwave.
right
Like,
in front of me.
why are they fucking showing us that?
Yeah, Burger King has the decency to like hide it. Like they'll put it in the back and be like, "We're back here just flame broiling. We're back here like grilling all the time. That's all we do back here. It's crazy." And you know we know they pull them out of a bag. And
Yeah,
like,
they have a paintbrush for the charbroil mark.
yeah, but at least they put on a show.
Yeah, I don't know. People get so mad at the Panera Bread because they're like, "Listen, I'm going somewhere. I'm not like my other piece of shit coworkers going to Burger King. I'm getting myself some Panera Bread." So I bring it in. They're mean to me, the fresh-faced young delivery boy, talking about feta cheese all the time. I don't know, but for whatever reason, the clientele base for Panera Bread has been meaner than anywhere else I've ever worked.
I
Interesting. Yeah.
believe it. I totally 100% believe that like everybody that eats at Panera Bread wants to talk to
That's
the
my
manager.
favorite. That was my favorite. If it's your first time listening, I declared Panera Bread my favorite fast food a few weeks ago.
It's a very talk to the manager type of place.
Yeah, you get shit done, and you need like fuel. You want something that seems healthy, and seems higher quality.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're probably feeding you're really probably, when you're doing catering, they're feeding like a room full of people for like a lunch, and they only got like 55 minutes to do it, probably.
Fucking room full of people that don't want Panera.
What's the normal clientele that you're delivering to?
It's mostly like sort of middle-aged, like women in office buildings that are like, I'm gonna treat myself this Wednesday. I'm getting a Cobb salad. That's $15.
Whew.
Hell yeah.
Ugh, I'm gonna eat healthy today. I'm gonna get
I
like
got-
a bacon cheddar salad.
I'm gonna have a 1,500 calorie salad. I'm gonna have 2 hard-boiled eggs in my salad.
I don't know, but I do recommend it though. For if a Street Fighter's looking for a job, most of the Paneras are hiring right now. It's pretty cool. I don't
like
have to
it.
talk to my boss ever.
Yeah.
It's like delivery driving is where it's at.
Is the delivery driving like frequent? Like, are you on the road most of the time? Because I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
imagine
almost-
people are
almost.
ordering a lot of delivery from Panera. I just
Are you serious?
no.
Oh no, it's crazy. There's like 4 of us going at a time, and we're always in and out. Like I'm never waiting around for more than like 2 minutes.
That's so cool.
So these
Good
are like-
tips.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, the tips are pretty. Like with tips, I'm probably making like $15 an hour, which is great because the minimum wage here in Illinois is like $8.25.
Wow, that's great. So you're delivering like people's orders though. It's not always a big order. Sometimes it's just somebody's lunch.
Right. Yeah. It's usually
Okay.
catering is usually like a whole other thing. I'm usually just
Got
doing like
it.
individual people's food.
Okay.
Yeah, catering is always like the special. There's like special people at the restaurant that get it all together in the back, and then they load it into a
Yeah.
like a special
Yeah,
person's
yeah.
car. They don't give it to an LSD teen to
Right.
take.
Yeah. They can tell I'm a degenerate. They look at me in the bags under my eyes every day when I'm pulling in at 10. Like this, we do not trust this pot smoking teen with our soup and salad. Thank you very much.
There aren't. I'm gonna tell you something, and this is gonna sound bad. There aren't a lot of trustworthy delivery drivers. Like I've just worked at a lot of restaurants with delivery and like hung out with the delivery drivers, and just it's like they're all like. I mean, they're just people who like to hang out in their car all day. You know, it was
Yeah.
usually somebody with, I mean, like, it was always wild to me. Like, I worked at this local pizza place, and all the delivery drivers had, like, the worst cars in the world. I'm like, why do you choose this job and drive this shitty
Yeah.
car all day?
Hey, my PT Cruiser is getting me places. I will not be besmirched on the radio.
I mean, that's the good thing. Cars have gotten to the point where you can get a decent one now. Because they're your life. I mean, you'll be driving for Lyft before too long, I'm sure.
You got to be 21. I tried to.
Oh damn it!
That's the world.
Just
I'm
say-
like, hell yeah.
Try driving around sandwiches first, then we'll trust you with people.
That's true.
Well, I got to give it up when I'm moving to the city to start school next Sunday. So I gotta sell my car and give up my delivery driving ways.
But you could
The
ride a
city being
bike.
Chicago.
You could deliver like Jimmy John's on a bike, though. I hear it's hell, but you can do that in the city.
I can get one of those bird scooters and deliver on those.
That'd be fine.
I mean, I don't know.
Better than biking.
I'm trying to figure out how the money works. I did see a dude doing Grubhub on a Vespa. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh man, you know, if I had a motorcycle, that might be worth doing like Grubhub on.
Yeah.
Like, I just get to drive my motorcycle all day. That sounds sweet.
And great gas mileage.
I know. It sounds genius. Just cruising on your motorcycle all day. Like, hey, I'm Grubhubbing it out here on my modi. That's what I call a motorcycle.
I'm afraid to drive in the city. I don't want to like die horribly.
Chicago's easy. Like, Chicago's not. Well, I did have a meltdown. I had one small meltdown in Chicago.
That's trying to follow the GPS.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll learn the city, and you're not going to have to be at the Magnificent Mile either. I did melt down once in Chicago. That is absolutely true. I screamed and said, lady, don't you fucking honk at me. Like, I'm screaming in the car, how are you supposed to know where you're fucking going? My GPS has me in the middle of a river right now. And I was just freaking out in that
Standstill.
city. Yeah.
In a standstill doing that.
Yep. But
Well, I don't know. That's like if anyone on the Facebook group wants to employ a 19-year-old semi-drug addict in Chicago, Illinois, just let me know.
All right. We'll keep it up.
Find
We'll let 'em know.
LSD teens a job, okay? Let's make that a hashtag. Like, make America great again. Find the LSD teens a job. All
Be
right.
employed.
We love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Love y'all too.
We
We better see y'all in Chicago. We're gonna fight you for it.
We're gonna be there.
We'll
Don't
definitely
fight
be
us.
here.
We're
Oh,
leaving on Thursday.
you promised Elizabeth entrance. If we are not let in, our green beans will officially be steamed. We're trying to do this show.
We're gonna figure this all out. We're smart guys.
I have a couple tricks.
Yeah, we're tricksters.
Can't be too many, but I do have tricks.
Yeah, we're tricks. We got tricks up our sleeves.
I need you to
I'm bringing a
I need you
13-year-old.
to message me somewhere and give me your information, and I'll give you the heist.
Yep.
Okay, cool. For sure.
Might
I
have to
think
carry
that
some
the
shit.
Podcast follows our Twitter.
All right. Thanks. Thank you for calling, guys. Let's do one more and hit the break, buddy.
Perfect. Thank you for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to?
Hey, it's Colin in Chicago.
What's up? Chicago in the house tonight. You hear the LSD teens are moving there soon?
Yeah, I heard all of that.
Yeah, go hook up on LSD on the
If
way.
you need LSD, the LSD teens are the people to go to. What's going on tonight?
But I've just been sitting listening to the show and then kind of trying to brainstorm like what I want to look at for jobs and stuff because I get kind of tired of what I'm doing once a year.
Oh no.
Anyway, I wanted to ask you guys. Maybe you talked about it and I missed it, but do you hear the story about the guy in Seattle who stole an airplane last week?
Somebody told us about it. I didn't want to mention it on the show because there was some argument as to whether or not he was a Nazi or something or a right-wing guy, and I was just like, I'd rather not. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't read into the story, though, so I don't actually know what ended up happening, but I was just kind of like, you know, we talked about black metal a couple weeks ago, and somebody's like, those are all Nazis, and I'm like, no, not really. I'm like, sorry.
Right.
But what
I
happened with
didn't
him?
look into it. But I didn't look too into it either. So in case anybody doesn't know, like basically this ground crew guy stole an airplane, took it on a joyride, and unfortunately he didn't make it. So it's not really a happy story. But
Yeah. It seemed
and
awesome, though.
The air traffic controller was asking him like, "Why'd you do it, man?" And he just blamed minimum wage basically. And then it turned out like later the airline in their own statement, funnily enough, they said like they were being asked, "Well, how is it that one person can steal an airplane in 2018?" And
Yeah,
they're being
that-
like, well, there's only one person cleaning out the airplanes for you. That's how we save money for you.
Oh,
like,
right. Yeah.
like, one person cleaning out the airplane. And I don't know. I guess nobody ever thought to steal one before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I didn't want to hear it. I feel like I would be way too affected by it, but I did read a transcription of it, and that moment when he said like, I always thought I was kind of a little unhinged, but I'm just realizing right now how much I really am.
Yeah, I'm
And it was
sure
just-
that pops in your mind when you're like flying a stolen airplane. Like,
Right.
what's gonna happen here in the end?
Yeah.
I mean, like, what? I mean, he stole an airplane. He was like, I played video games, I can fly it, but he didn't know how to land. So, like, I guess what he was like, it was like, I'm not going to last much longer. He started being real, like, really real with just these strangers and air traffic control. Like, weird stuff came out.
Man, I should read that. I don't want to read somebody that dies. I quit reading sad stuff when I graduated from college because I decided to take the whole last 1 year of college to learn about like serial killers and child molesters. So I'm kind of like, like I'm gonna lighten up on what I'm reading.
Yeah, done with all that.
Yeah. So
Well, anyway, before we all go, I just wanted to ask some advice, I guess.
Okay.
So my partner got fired from work, and I've never had to go through all that before, so I'm just wondering what you all think about, like, what's the best way for me to be a supportive partner through that, and, like, let her have, a break, and then just kind of help her toward, like, be, like, how can I be the right kind of boyfriend through this period?
You just did it. I mean, I haven't. My wife's been the one that works, but I know that what helped me a lot was like reassurance that I wasn't fucking her life up. Like I quit my job and I wasn't working and I wasn't making a lot of money and we were really broke, like broker than I am now, and like I wasn't bringing hardly any money in, and she would just reassure me like, we're two people, we made a decision together, or we're two people that are together that are doing this. It's not just you kind of shouldering it. Because I think that what ends up happening when your partner loses when like you lose your job and you're with your partner, the thing that pops into the person who lost their job's mind, especially mine, is like, am I failing like in this deal, this like kind of contract that we have with each other? We're married, but you know, even before that, like, you know, times where I wasn't working and stuff was just like, am I a drag on this person's life? And if you love the person and you know they're not dragging you down, you know what I mean? But they have to be insured. Like, it's just one of those things. It's like, I want to be with you. I'm not married to your job, you know?
Yeah. For me, Erica just went through this like back in May. And so I think the thing I said first was Street Fight makes enough money to pay for the car and to pay for the house and to pay for the bills, but it doesn't pay for food. Doesn't pay for anything else beyond that. But we aren't going to be homeless. This stuff is taken care of. And then we just kind of talked about what the plan was, and we didn't set like any lofty goals like you got to start on Monday. She knew she had some time, so it was. She was totally fine. She stayed in the bed for a few days, completely wallowed in all of it, felt all the feelings and stuff. And, just focused on doing one thing at a time.